The Shadows of Arkham. It was a stormy evening in November, the kind of night when the wind howled like a creature in distress. I found myself at 221B Baker Street, where my friend Sherlock Holmes was deep in thought, surrounded by a chaotic array of papers and books.
Mr. Holmes, a visitor has arrived. A rather anxious gentleman.
The door swung open to reveal a man of slight build, his face pale and drawn. He clutched a worn leather satchel, as if it contained the very weight of the world.
Mr. Holmes, I am Charles Whitmore. You must help me. My brother Edward has vanished under mysterious circumstances.
Pray, take a seat, Mr. Whitmore. Tell me everything you know.
Edward was researching the occult, specifically a tome known as the Necronomicon. He believed it contained secrets of the universe and that he was on the verge of a great discovery.
Holmes' interest piqued, his eyes narrowing with intrigue.
And you believe his research led him to danger?
Yes. He spoke of whispers in the night, shadows that moved on their own. I fear he has encountered something unnatural.
The atmosphere in the room thickened with unease, as if the very walls were listening.
We must investigate this matter further. Do you have any idea where he might be?
He mentioned a place, an old church in the East End, rumoured to be a meeting ground for a cult.
Just then, the Baker Street boys, those resourceful lads Holmes often employed, burst into the room eager for adventure.
Mr. Holmes, we heard there's a mystery.
Indeed, my young friends, we may need your keen eyes and ears. Mr. Whitmore, we will accompany you to the church.
We arrived at the dilapidated church, its silhouette looming against the darkened sky. The air was thick with foreboding, and the wind whispered secrets we could not comprehend.
Stay close, everyone. We must tread carefully.
As we ventured deeper, the atmosphere grew increasingly oppressive. Shadows danced in the flickering light of our lanterns.
Edward said he discovered a hidden chamber beneath this church.
Then we must find it.
At last, we uncovered a trapdoor leading into a dimly lit cellar. The air was stale and an unnatural chill enveloped us.
What is this?
Scattered about were ancient texts and bizarre symbols. In the center lay a pedestal, upon which rested a large leather-bound book, the Necronomicon.
Awaken the old ones.
No, it cannot be!
We must leave this place at once.
We fled the church, the whispers echoing in our minds. But as we reached the street, we found ourselves surrounded by a group of cloaked figures.
Holmes, Watson, what's going on here?
Lestrade, we're in grave danger. This cult is attempting to summon forces beyond our understanding.
I've heard rumors of such a group. We must act quickly.
The cult members advanced, their chants growing louder, a cacophony of madness. Holmes stepped forward, his voice steady.
You seek to awaken that which should remain sleeping. I will not allow it.
Suddenly, the shadows began to twist and contort, revealing grotesque shapes, as if the very fabric of reality was unraveling.
Edward, where are you?
We must find him.
As we searched, the shadows seemed to close in around us, the whispers turning into a deafening roar.
Join us.
We cannot let this continue.
We must destroy the Necronomicon. It is the source of their power.
With a final effort, Holmes seized the Necronomicon and hurled it into the depths of the shadows. As the dust settled, the cult members fled and the shadows dissipated. We found Edward, unconscious but alive.
He was ensnared by their madness, but he will recover.
Back at Baker Street, the storm had passed, but the weight of the night lingered in our hearts.
There are mysteries in this world that defy explanation, Watson, but we must always seek the truth no matter how dark it may be.
And thus, we returned to our usual routine, forever changed by our brush with the supernatural. The shadows of Arkham would remain a haunting memory, a reminder of the thin veil between our world and the unknown.